Hello everyone, this is going to be the installation of the Nanit Pro wall-mounted camera. Instructions are pretty intuitive. They give you step-by-step drawn out examples of that, but we're going to provide the video to show you how to do it. You have the camera, you have the wall mount, the wiring connected track that hides the wire up against the drywall, a leveler, bending pieces whether you're taking the track left or right on the wall depending on which way your crib is facing with the outlet plug. You have screws, adhesive strips, and drywall plugs. Power plug that hooks into the wiring system once it's all finished. Tape measure to help you along with the process. You must first start off for the installation of the first step is to make sure that you do have the correct tools. So it's going to be your measuring tape or a measuring tape of your choice, a 3/16 drill bit with a drill of your choice, a number 2 Phillips screwdriver, and a pencil or a pen works too. You must first measure the width or the length of your crib. I should say the length. So you need to know how far it is from one point to the next to find out where the center. Our particular crib is 54 inches in length. So that naturally makes it the middle center mark 27 inches. So you want to go ahead and make a little spot wherever you're going to line this up at your wall. And in our particular room, we can go from the corner to 27 inches. And I know for a fact that there's not going to be a stud there, so it's going to be a stud-free area, just like the directions are telling you to do. So let's go ahead and get started. From the corner, 16 inches out is going to be a center of a stud. So you know, if you're in between that, you're going to be okay. So 16 inches will be the middle of a stud. And then another 16 inches roughly would be another one. So I'm right between studs, and here is my 27-inch mark. So that is a rough estimate for the next 16 inches because I didn't mark the first, right? So I'm going to be in between a stud. You can always count on the hollow spaces. If it sounds hollow or if it sounds solid, a little bit more solid, you know there's probably a stud even closer to that. The next step is to measure up from the floor 66 inches. And make a mark right here at the 66-inch mark for the next portion of this installation. That 66 inches is right where your camera is going to sit above your crib. Once you have drilled your 3/16 inch hole into the drywall in your stud-free area, you're going to insert a drywall plug that's provided into the kit until it is flush into the wall. Screw in using your number 2 Phillips screw bit head or screwdriver, leaving a quarter sticking out of the wall. Now going to hang your leveler. Slide this bubble evenly between the two lines. As I said before, you can use a pen or you can use a pencil. I don't mind, I'm using a pen. 2 little dots right here where the next screws are going to go. As long as your bubble is completely in the center, you have a perfectly level camera. See you on the next step. Take your 3/16 inch drill bit and you're going to drill the holes right where you made your marks. Next 2 wall anchors. Got it? Got it? Next step is to rehang your leveling kit / wall mounting bracket center, and you're going to install your 2 screws. Manipulate it as you get your screws in and get it back to where it's flush. Go ahead and tighten down all 3 brackets where they're flush up against your leveling kit / wall mounting bracket. Or don't over tighten these too much, because then you'll end up breaking the mounting bracket, and that's going to be bad juju because you only have one of those. So when you feel that it's starting to get snug, stop. If at any point that you're having difficulty trying to get the camera mounting bracket onto the wall mounting bracket and you're doubting yourself whether or not you got it right, just remember that these instructions are pretty intuitive. It says top. So if you don't have top on the top, then you did something wrong. Okay? The best way I could tell you to put on this camera, and that's easy, you have 2 points up here and 2 points at the bottom. You're going to want to line these 2 fork-looking objects here and here. And then you're going to want to make sure that it covers the entire bracket, and then you're going to push down, and then it hooks in. Adjust the stiffness of the arm with this knob. Now, this is unique with this camera because there are clips at the top of each cable cover, and then adhesive strips towards the bottom to help secure it to the wall. Clip in each section, right? It'll pop in. Before you do that, take your adhesive strip off. Okay. First one's on. You're going to go down 6 tiles, and then you're going to start to make your bend, whichever direction the plug is at. Definitely not an eyesore when you walk into the room And it doesn't look like there's just wires all over the place after it's installed. The cameras out there that you can buy and feel safe and comfortable while sleeping in the other room from your child, so that you can get a good night's sleep. Keep it going to a different direction behind the dresser. So we're going to install the bin piece. This is going to allow the cable to go a different direction. They do have left and right pieces. So you're going to clip it here to the wire, make sure your wire feeds through. And it's going to go right up against the wall. A game of finishing up and installing the rest as we did vertically. Now it's going to be horizontally. You can see the entire track has been installed. I've used all the parts and pieces that Nanite provided. The next and one of the last two steps here is to connect your USB-A to your outlet plug to the wall. You're going to take your Nanite camera. You have two holes here and a USB-C connection. Line those up right here. There's the two holes and the USB-C connection. Be careful when you're lining up. Don't try to force them in. You don't want to damage your camera before you even get started. And this base is adjustable. Like I said before, you can adjust it up. You can probably play with it, adjust it down. You can turn it to the left, turn it to the right a little bit. Probably play with it even a little bit more. It's got one blue blinking light there. It's ready for pairing. So just download the Nanite app from the either Apple or Google Play Store. We'll get into that next.